Welcome back to the intuitive energy reading for the week of March the 2nd. Make sure you tune into the podcast this week. We have on Tuesday the March readings to find out what the energies are for the month of March. And then on Thursday, we have Julie Wignall that we're welcoming back. And so, very lovely conversation with her. She's always got a great just sense of joy about her. So, anyways, the cards for this week are from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor, and we will see what cards came out. So, the first card for this week is the Sun. So, what the Sun is saying is it's like your time to shine. This is the time to really go with your gut influences because the yellow is really talking about your solar plex chakra and really looking at what your gut feelings are telling you as far as letting yourself shine. As you can see, the woman in there, she's in the water, she's enjoying it, she's having a lot of joy. So it's really about creating that joy for you too. Since it's the number one, it's also reflective of being new beginnings. So looking at this week as a chance for new opportunities and new beginnings, with it being the year of the fire horse, things are moving quickly and there's a lot of new opportunities for us. So these are all really relevant to us. You know, the sun is like a fire in the sky, and with it being the fire horse year again, moving quickly, starting all new kinds of new projects, and just really allowing yourself to shine for the things that you want and do. Okay, contract. So this is about signing contracts. So when you have the opportunity to sign a contract or, get into some kind of an agreement, make sure you're reading the fine print. Make sure that, if you need a lawyer to look at those, there's some legalese in there. Make sure you're kind of doing that kind of stuff. Make sure that basically, as you can see, like they say, justice is blind. And so I really think that this is the time of just making sure that you don't have the blindfolds on when you're getting into contracts with people or situations. So really balance things out for yourself with that. Um, this is upside down, but the temple path. So this is really interesting to me because it's upside down, it's like your path is really feeling like you're kind of uncertain this week. So you're kind of afraid to really take any real action. And I think even with a contract card, it's kind of reflective of that, of, just being aware of where you're leading and what you're going down to. It's also about, when we go to the temple, which is to me is just our way of connecting with our source, whatever that may be for you, God, Buddha, Allah, nature, whatever it is. But we go to the temple of ourselves. So to be able to connect to our higher self, the divine source. And so it's just talking about almost like you're just unsure of how to get it, or you've kind of stepped away from that. And so it's really inviting you to step back into that. It's also really asking you to make sure that you're treating the temple of your body as it is, and to make sure that you're feeding it good food and getting the proper rest, getting some movement, those kind of things, because this is really a time where it just seems like you were doing really well and then it's kind of just had a little bit of a stumbling. So a stumbling is okay. It's just a chance to pause and reflect and then look back on it. So it's just asking you to take the opportunity to do that this week. This is talking about the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Really, again, about the solar plex. It's really talking about, making sure you're really giving yourself some, if you're feeling like you're very anxious or you're very stressed out, really kind of just imagine and maybe call on Archangel Chamuel to come to you and help you, to provide you, and send some yellow light to your solar plex, which is about here, and just really make sure that you're doing that. It's really about going with your gut, about really listening to your gut intuitions. So, I suggest to you this week, really find out what your body wants. Where it was talking about, what's our temple saying to us, and it feels like it's out of whack. The solar plexus are out of whack. So are we listening? Are we, our body's telling us we need more water, or we should stay away from a food, or we need to get a little bit more rest, or we need to say no to people, whatever that is, to just go with those intuitions for yourself. So that's really important this week. And then the last one is patience. So while you're fumbling through all of this stuff, it's asking you to give yourself a little bit of grace and to have that patience with yourself as we're fumbling through. Because again, these things are not things to upset the apple cart and just really send us down a negative path. These are really asking us to take that moment to sit back, to have that patience to, what was the lesson that I was supposed to learn by falling off the path that I was meant to be on? What is that lesson of, not being able to connect in with my source, those kind of things. Look at it that way as opposed to, this is, like not so negative because I find that a lot of times as we're going through life, we just kind of look at things in such a negative perception that we forget that usually it's just a lesson for ourselves and something for us to, look at our shadow work, look at our shadow side and do that. So, anyways, thank you for tuning in for another week. Hope you have a magical week. Make sure you drop us a DM if you have any questions or if this has really resonated for us. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to us so you never miss any of our stuff that's coming out. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us on our website. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Our YouTube channel for most of our lives are pretty much on our YouTube channel. We were going to have one on the 6th, but that actually is going to be rescheduled for another time. So thanks for following along. Thanks for all our new subscribers and our old subscribers for sticking with us, and have a great week.